Hello everybody, it's Alex here, and today I'm going to be bringing you Empyrion Galactic Survival. Weirdly pronounced Galactic there, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, today I'm going to be playing this game here. It says at the top, Empyrion. And if you haven't seen or heard of this game before, it's new on Steam. It is in pre-alpha build at the minute, and it looks pretty good. It's a bit like No Man's Sky, if you've seen that. I think I mean, that's not been released yet, but it's had a few E3 demos and stuff. It's a bit, the concepts are roughly the same. So you know, you're trying to survive in this big galaxy, and you know it's in space, and there's spaceships, and you build a base and explore the world and collect resources and all that type of things. It's like yeah, it's a survival in space effectively, and it looks really good. And I've played about 3 to 4 hours of this already, and you know you know, the stuff I've seen already in it, it looks really good, and the concept, it's a great concept, and I can't wait to see what happens to this game. It is, however, hard to get into at the start because the tutorial isn't really great. This tutorial here, as you can see on the right hand side of the screen, if you haven't played it before and you intend to play this game and you buy it, then I would really suggest going and reading all of this first, because without that you will not know what to do, because I didn't know what to do and I fucked up big time. But yeah, this game is made by Empyrion Studios, I believe, which is another indie company that just came out of nowhere, so that's always good. I like those companies. And yeah, you can play this on Steam as well. It's available on Steam, so I'll put a link in the bottom if you want to go and check out the page for it and possibly buy it. And it does have multiplayer as well, although the multiplayer isn't really working at the moment for servers. It's mainly just you get Hamachi and you play with your friends, which I'm not complaining about because I like to play with my friends, and you know I can't really complain if it's got multiplayer and it's in pre-alpha build. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it. And this Let's Play is going to be partly a bit of a guide for the first few parts. Let's create a new game name. We'll call it Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah, I mean, I played the game that I had before, as you could probably see, was like Mushroom Planet or something like that, but it's the same thing, Mushroom Kingdom. I just like a bit of the shroom. Yeah, so we're just gonna go survival instead of creative. You can go on creative, it's also fun. I haven't actually tried it out yet, but there's loads to do, loads to create in the game at the moment, and there will be tons more. And the starting locations, it looks like there'll be a list for that. Maybe even a random starting location, because that would be cool if you could create procedurally generated planets. That would be incredible. But at the moment we've only got Omicron, Persei 8, obviously the place from Futurama. It's definitely not that place, mind. It might have drawn inspiration from it, but I don't know. You'll have to ask the devs, but yeah, that's the starting planet. So we're just going to jump straight in, and I'm going to tell you a bit of how to play the game, a bit about how to play the game, because it isn't easy to set up. And for all of you watching this as a guide, I will pretty much show you how to set up your first base. I don't know how to build spaceships or anything yet, but I know how to set up a base. Okay, so here we go. This is where everybody starts out in the game, with a big eggplant part right in front of them. I'll pick that up. But yeah, so you start off and your spaceship has crash landed, it would seem. This is an escape shuttle from a ship that, I guess it blew up in the atmosphere or something terrible like that. Love the graphics, by the way, look at that, bit of lens flare. And you're on this awful looking planet. It doesn't look very pretty. It's got some weird looking animals about. Something over there, I think. Yeah, that thing, whatever that is, looks like a bit of a chicken dinosaur thing. And some odd plants which you can pick up, alien plasma. And then when you pick them up, they stop moving for some reason. But let's ignore those parts for now. But yeah, so we want to focus mainly on the crashed spaceship here. It isn't currently drivable. Well, it is. You can get into it, but you can't actually fly it because it's broken. It's more of an escape ship. But what you want to first do as soon as you get into the game is you want to go into these containers. There's 4, 2 on each side, and inside them there's different things. So this one has all of the plant stuff. So for building of farms and things like that, you get your tomatoes and things from Earth, possibly. Who really knows? But all we know is that it's dangerous to eat alien plants. So let's not do that for a while. And then in the second chest, we've got a bunch of metal. iron ingots and things, which are already made for you, which is really good because we really need these. Very important, and will help us an incredible amount when we're starting out. And then in this chest we got all of our building equipment type things and survival equipment. So we've got emergency rations, we've got water, we've got drill charge for our drills, an extra pistol just in case we lose one, bunch of ammo, which is going to be useful because the aliens are dangerous, guys. Aliens are really dangerous. And some antidote pills as well. And then the final one, we got the bread and butter of the game. We got the fuel packs. Got a nice portable work lamp, which we'll need to use, I'd imagine, quite a bit, and an oxygen generator and a core. Now those two really help when you're starting out, because you need oxygen to survive. As you can see in the bottom left, you've got 4 stats. You've got health, food, oxygen, and stamina, and we need to keep food and oxygen high. Health shouldn't be an issue unless you go into combat, and you can restore that using bandages, I think, or health kits. We've already got a few of those. Yeah, medikits. But for now, health isn't an issue because there's nothing that hostile around. And if there was, we could just kill it right away. Fucking mess that shit up. But yeah, and these are the 2 important things on the ship. So you got the constructor and the fuel tanks. The fuel tank is obviously going to take the fuel that we just picked up, and the constructor is going to be used to build our base. And also an oxygen tank as well, and an oxygen station, because they're going to be used so that we don't die. We don't, you know, die because we ran out of oxygen, because that would be awful. We don't want that. Now, before we do anything, I think we'll just jump up on top of the ship just to look around and see what's going on. So we've got some hills over there. We've got, if you can see that over there, that's a tower. Don't want to go there though, because I've been there before and it's not friendly. And there's also a tower over there. I think there's a bunch of them all over the planet. And there's some promethium deposits there and iron deposits there, so you got to sort of scout your location out and understand what's going on. There's a lake over there as well, and lakes are very important, by the way. You need those to get water and also to get oxygen, because in water there is oxygen. H2O is the chemical compound for water, I believe, yeah, and it's got the O in the end is the oxygen, so we need that, otherwise we will just die, suffocate. Don't know what that is over there, but we can go and find out at some point in this Let's Play, so that'll be fun. That'll be an exploration that we can do. And what I like to do straight away is put all the fuel tanks in there, because we're going to make some more. And we go into the cockpit and you press Y to power it up. So that's all powered up now, so it all works. It's going to start using the fuel, and we're going to have to straight away shove all these in here, because we're going to be doing a lot of crafting. And straight away I like to make as many fuel packs as I can with our promethium pellets, because fuel packs are incredibly important. Don't want to run out of those, because if we do, we're gonna die. Put it plain and simple. And after that, we will make a bunch of these metal plates as well, and you'll see why I'm doing that. They take up a lot of iron ingots actually. Probably too many actually. Maybe I should reduce that. Let's just make 15, because we don't want to use too many of the iron ingots. We've only got 150. And 20 metal plates will take up, well, I use 100, so we only have 50 left, and we need iron ingots for other things. But you'll see later on what those are. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to look in the three options here at the top of the templates menu. And this is my inventory here. This is my hotbar, so I can use these, quickly access these things, and you know, we'll look into these in a second. You've got weapons and items here, so these are all weapons and things, tools, flashlights, drills, shotguns, assault rifles, and ammo. You've got the templates, which are building resources, which you use to extend your base out, and also the base starter, which is the first thing we're going to actually get. And also in the components bar, this is going to be all of the base things that we need to create. So we need all these things to create devices, and then these devices we can put inside of our base and use to create water, create food, create oxygen, light up our base, and generate power. And it's also used in spaceships as well, because we need spaceships. Now there's different classes of ship and different types of things in space in this game, and you'll see them up here, and these determine, as you can see, the color coordination there. So it's red, yellow, green, blue. It's all linked to all of these. Now, because we're going to be building a ground base first, because I feel like it's probably best to build a ground base so you don't die instantly. We're going to be looking at the red. Only build things out of the red for the time being. Because these things you can't use this in a ground base, for example. You can't use that or that or that, because they're not red, they haven't got the red dot. And luckily enough, when you start the game, you also get given a core, which is not the easiest thing to build, but it makes things a lot easier, and an oxygen generator. So those two we'll keep to one side for now, because they are important. Put the core straight in the inventory, because we're going to craft with that straight away. We're going to create a base starter. And as you saw, we built a bunch of these metal plates. We need to use those now, once it stops doing its thing. And we'll create about 25, I think. Yeah, we get about 25 of those. 25 hull blocks, because we need 8 to create a starter base. Well, I should get 30. 8 to create a starter base, and then after that we're going to have to use more of these to extend out our base and build it up, basically. You can use those, and you can also use these interior ones, which are probably more efficient, because you just use cables instead of using up all of your metal plates. But yeah, we're gonna build those first, and we're gonna build a starter base out of that pack. And then after that, we're gonna look in here, and the other important things that we need to get are, let's see, we need to build a large constructor. We're gonna build a cargo box, is important. We're gonna need fuel tank. We're gonna need a water generator, and I think there's a one more, and a food one there, as well as the standard generator. So we need to make all of those, and they will take a little bit of time. So if you're watching this now, you're in for a long one, I'm afraid. This game doesn't start off slow. Well, no, it doesn't start off fast. Sorry, should I say? Yeah, it definitely doesn't start off fast. I'm also going to build a couple of those, because I like to have these ramps. I prefer these ramps to the steep ones, because it just looks nicer, I think, on the ground base. So we'll build a few of those as well, and we'll start getting the foundations ready. Okay. Right, so after we've done that, we need to start getting all this shit done. Now, I like to streamline what I'm doing. I like to build things fast without having to think about it. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to build these in the devices, components section. I find it easier just to build maybe 10 computers straight away, and that way you don't have to think about that before, because these things all require base materials, but the computers and the motors and the capacitors and reactors, they all require a bit more. As you can see, they require you to make these and then make these, so it just streamlines things, I feel. Right, so what do we need to make a load of motors? We need, let's see, control devices. So we'll build about 10 control devices. And metal components. We'll need about 20 metal components. Okay, and then we need cables. I think cables stack. Yeah, so the output for cables is 2, so we only need to make 10, because it'll duplicate in the 20. It'll go into 20 down there. And then electronics as well, 2 electronics per one, so that'll require a lot of electronics, 20 electronics. There we go. And that all takes up a lot of resources, but it means that we streamline everything, because then we get 10 computers and we can just go in here and be like, oh yeah, this requires a computer. That's fine, we can do that easy peasy. Okay, let's think about what we want to build first. I think we want to build a small fuel tank and a small generator first. I'd say so. I would say so. Yeah, that seems like the best option. I mean, we need to build them all anyway, so we're just going to stick around here building stuff until we have everything. Unfortunately, that means it's going to be a lot of construction in this one, but I'm just trying to sort of introduce people to the game who don't actually know how to play it, because I didn't know how to play it, and a video would have been helpful. So this video is going to help you, and that's really nice, isn't it? That's really good that you've got a bit of help at the start that I didn't have, because it just means that you can get into the game quicker, and you can enjoy it quicker, and you can have just a great goddamn time fucking killing aliens instead of messing about building a base and starving and things like that, and running out of oxygen because he didn't do this at the start. Okay, yeah, so after we've done all this shit, we can start looking into these things. It's gonna take a while, mind, but it'll be worth it, trust me, it'll be worth it. We may as well also build, I think we need one of each of these, at least one of each of those. But for now, I feel like if we get the computers just to start off with, then those can be produced a bit more quickly. So it shouldn't be too big a problem. Now we get the base starter pack, get that in our inventory, get these blocks in our inventory, get these in there as well, and also these. And we'll go and scout out and look for a place to build a base, because this is going to take a long time, to say the least. And it is also getting dark, so, well, we'll do it before it gets dark, hopefully, if I can get there fast enough. Oh, I just pressed V and that's gone in third person. Yeah, that's cool as well, you can go in third person apparently. I think it's V. Yeah, it's V. But yeah, you've also got in this game a jetpack, so if you press J you can turn your jetpack on and fly away, which is really good for base building, really helpful. If you turn it off you can sprint though, you can use your stamina to sprint. And both are fast in their own respect. I like to use my sprint up and then go on jetpack because it just is quicker, generally speaking.